This past week, actually a couple of days ago, I got an email from someone who had ordered my book on Amazon or wherever they got it. And the foreword in this book talks about Joseph and how he was thrown into a pit by his brothers because they were jealous of him, and then he was pulled out of the pit and sold into slavery, where he ended up in Egypt for many, many years, 13 years to be exact. And all of that came because Joseph had a dream. And he shared this dream with his brothers, and they became so jealous that they threw him in this pit. And let's get rid of him, and let's get rid of his big mouth, and plus he was the favorite of his father, so let's just get rid of him. And Joseph, when he was carried off to Egypt, he had every opportunity to be bitter, to be filled with unforgiveness and hatred. Joseph is in Egypt. He's got this dream. What's he going to do about it? He puts it back on a closet. Now, you know, we see people that have great successes, and we all know people right now, even in this economy, that are prospering and they're successful. And we wonder, where is God in our lives? But you know what? Any time that God had a call or a purpose on somebody's life, they all had to go through the desert. They all had to go through the wilderness. Abraham went there. Jesus went there. Moses went there. Everybody had to travel through the wilderness. He held on to that dream, and he continued doing good wherever he went. But there's always going to be an enemy. There's always going to come resistance, and there's always going to come opposition. And what you meant for my harm, God meant for good. Now, think about your own dreams. Think about the people in your life that have hurt you. People in your life that have stood as obstacles in your way. Maybe they've talked about you, maybe they've lied about you, maybe they've deceived you in some way, hurt you in some way, and you think, I have every right. And maybe each and every one of you wonder, when am I going to catch that break? When is it going to happen for me? Does anybody even know I exist? God knows you exist. And there'll come a time when God will bring you out, because there is a time appointed unto man. And that time will come to you. Do you ever feel like you're bound in your dreams? Like, when is this ever going to happen? I know I do. And I'm telling you though, it's in that deep, dark pit. It's in that prison. It's in that wilderness time that God is getting all of that yucky stuff out of you. You know, all that hatred that you don't think you have? Or all of that intolerance that you don't think you have? Or all of that unforgiveness that you completely forgot about? All of that stuff. It takes time. Because in that time, that dream that you have, God has to get you prepared for that call. Get you prepared for that huge dream. Your dream could be so huge that, and I hope it is, each and every one of you. If you hang fast to that dream, you will see the manifestation of it in your life. God never, never forgets our dreams, because it's Him who put it in us in the first place. Now go out in the wilderness and learn how to trust me out there. Will you trust God for your dream when there are no signs? Will you trust God when you feel like you're in the pit or in prison and that your hands are tied? There's nothing else you can do. You're going to trust Him then? Because that is what's going to manifest your dream, your destiny, your purpose.